In this video, we are going to cover managing a person's service record from a case management agency's perspective. I'm logged in now again as Perfect Peace as a case management agency, and I'm logged in as the supervisor. When I'm logged in as a supervisor, and this is incorrect, it's the CMA supervisor, I can see everyone who's assigned to Perfect Peace. I have a total of 18 individuals assigned to me. 10 of them are receiving waivered case management, and 8 are receiving non-waivered case management. If I click on any of these numbers, I can get a list of those individuals. And by clicking on their name, I can go directly into their service management record. The dashboard will also show you Medicaid information. This will alert you that as people have their Medicaid approved, they'll come up here in this list. So if you have someone you're waiting for Medicaid on, this will update every day. And you might come in here and see a number here, and you can click on that and see who's been newly found eligible for Medicaid. The dashboard also includes case management assignment, which we covered in an earlier session. It includes individual service management and service authorizations. And today we're going to cover the individual service management section. As you remember, when a person is first assigned to you, they'll show up here as the CMA assignment in progress until you accept them and assign a case manager. Once that's done, you'll see them showing up here as the ISA upload pending. In a future release, we'll be entering the service agreements online directly into this system. Until then, we are simply uploading the ISA. After the ISA is uploaded, it will move on to the assessment upload pending. Again, in a future release, the assessments are going to be programmatically brought in. We're talking about the HRST and the CIS. And for now, we'll be uploading those. Intake completion pending means that you've done these things for the person, but perhaps their level of care hasn't been approved, or they don't have Medicaid yet. That's where they'll come in here. For a case management agency, you shouldn't have anyone here as no services requested, but an area agency might. An area agency could have a number show up here if you found someone 171A eligible or conditional, but they're not requesting any services. So this number here is just to help you keep an eye on those records. So we're going to go ahead into the ISA upload pending and continue on with our case. Theodore Roosevelt, you'll remember him from the last video. So when I click on his record here, I come into the services and supports section. This main section will show you the individual information across the top. It will show you some of the intake information, when his HCBIC eligibility began and ended, his redetermination date, what waiver he's on, etc. In the services and supports header, you can see the status is ISA upload pending, that he has completed the assignment process. You can see their case manager here. You can upload the case management type if you choose to, but as was mentioned earlier, this will automatically switch to waiver as soon as you have a service authorization for waivered case management. You can also manage this switch here, whether or not they need services now. If a person is assigned to a case management agency other than the area agency, this answer should be yes. We talked about how you could view their case management agency history here. And you can also upload documents by clicking on this. To upload a document, you could click this button here, choose the category of the document you're uploading, and the type, and then go to select file and find that sample. The individualized service agreement section here will show you all of the uploaded service agreements for this person. So I'm going to go ahead and upload that. I will go back to the upload document and I'm going to pick service agreement. And when I pick service agreement here, there's a couple different types. I am going to go ahead and pull up a waiver ISA. The alternative to that would be, and again, this would be an area agency thing that could happen where you have a person who is not on the waiver yet, but you have like a few sections of the ISA that you needed to fill out because they're receiving some type of service. We're going to pick an ISA of the waiver variety. Click Select File. And once I select it here, I can click Submit. And then once this is attached to his record, I can see that here in the individualized service agreement section. You can see this as the case management agency. The area agency will be able to see this, and BDS will be able to see it as well. So you won't need to send this to them. You can upload as many documents here as you'd like. If I have an amendment, I can upload that by choosing service agreement and then amendment. We'll see what that looks like. Both of these, since they're of the service agreement category, are going to show up here in my ISA dropdown. We'll cover service authorizations in a separate video. But the other thing you can do here from the services and support section is view the activity log. And this will show you things that have happened to this person in the past. Here again is where you could change CMAs. If you've tried to change the case management agency but simply can't find anyone, you are able to unassign yourself. And this will cause the individual to revert back to the area agency. But we'll just show here on a comment. You can make as many comments as you'd like here. And these will remain with the record and can be seen by anyone who has access to the record. The next thing we'll move to is the assessments tab. Here, like the ISA section, all uploaded and filled out documents will show up here. The functional screen section will show you the initial functional screen filled out by the area agency. If you click on the submitted link, you'll be able to view a PDF version of that functional screen. So that'll show up here in your screen, and you can look at the information that was collected by the area agency. When it's time to do a renewal, you are able to create your own functional screen here, and I will come back to that in just a moment. The HRST and the SIS are shown here as well. When you're ready to upload those documents, you can go back to the services and support section, choose upload documents, and this time we would choose assessments, and we can pick HRST, and you can upload that here. I'm going to get into my tests. And I can upload more than one document at a time, so I'm going to go ahead and upload both of them here. I'll do this HRST and the SIS right here. And now I can see both of those here, and I'll click submit. And this uploads those documents and attaches them to the individual's record. Now that I've uploaded those, when I go to the assessments tab, I can see them here. And they will remain with this individual's record. They can be seen by you, BDS, and the area agency. You can create a functional screen here when it's time for renewal by clicking this button. And that will move you into the functional screen section. From this activity log, you can click Next or click on the Services section A. So this is a fairly long document, but I will run through it rather quickly. We're going to be acting as though this is a renewal. You'll go through and make these choices. You'll see here that the diagnosis is automatically populating from the other screens, and we'll cover in a moment how you can update that. It's also pulling contact information from another screen. Again, we'll review how to update that shortly. All of the questions with an asterisk, which is pretty much all of them, need to have some answer. If you choose Other, it will ask you to specify. I can't advance until I complete all of the questions. Again, everything is a required field. You'll have a chance to take a closer look at this as you go through and play with the system. Sometimes the answer that I choose is going to prompt me for more information. In this case, I've said they need assistance with transferring. Even though it's not required throughout, I do need to specify how many people are needed for that transfer. Once I've completed a section, a green check mark will show here on the left, and I can navigate back to previously filled out sections over here on the navigation bar. I cannot click ahead to a section I haven't come to yet. Some of these sections won't allow you to put mutually exclusive answers. For example, if I say that the person's retired, I can't also say that they're working. Same thing here with the memory impairments. So if I go here and pick the supervision is less than 24 hours, it's going to prompt me to enter how many hours a day they do require supervision. And then I'll carry on and complete these last couple sections. The attestation page, since this is a renewal, only requires a service coordinator signature. So I'm going to say that I am the service coordinator who's logged in. I can simply put my name and date in here, and that will be considered a signature. If I'd like, I can add more documents here, but you can always upload documents separately if needed. And now from here, I can click Submit. And in near real time, BDS will have access to that functional screen. And now I'm going to go back to find my person here. You'll note that we uploaded the ISA, that we uploaded the assessments, and now he's in the intake completion pending category. When I go back into his record, I can see under the assessments page that we have two functional screens now. This is the one that was submitted earlier, and this is the one that I just did. By clicking on this link, I can look at a PDF version of that. I can see under Hearst and SIS that these are where their assessments are. And as I add to those lists, they will continue to grow. Finally, we're going to take a look at the demographics section. Here's where you're able to upload the individual's information. This is going to show you at a glance some of the demographic information we have. And if you click Edit, you can go in here and make changes. If they move, you can update their address. Living arrangement has changed. You can make any of these changes here and choose Save. And that information will be saved here. And it will also show up for the BDS and area agencies. This is where the diagnosis information is maintained. If you need to add a new diagnosis, you can click Add New. We'll choose a category, what that diagnosis is, and a start date. And that will record here. If you need to edit a diagnosis, you can click on this paper icon. The only fields you're able to edit are start and end date. Whatever diagnoses are shown as active here are going to show up on the functional screen automatically when you submit that. The Representatives tab is a place for you to enter representatives for the person. This is only maintained in Easy. It won't overwrite anything that's in New Heights, but you are able to enter information here, like say a guardian with their address and phone number. You can put a secondary address. We can put the date that this person began being the guardian. And we can put an end date in here if that's necessary. When I pick the type as a co-guardian, the other required field is the relationship of that person to me. So as a co-guardian, I can say that this guardian is the mother, let's say grandmother, that I am the grandmother of this person. And then when I click save, it'll show up here in my representatives. I can add as many as I'd like to. We can delete by clicking delete, or you can edit by clicking this paper icon. Finally, we have the authorized representatives section. Now in this section, we're giving you a view of what is in New Heights. This can't be edited or added to, but it's a way for me to see that New Heights has Elmer Roosevelt as this person's guardian. All right, and that covers this section here. In the next video, we're going to cover adding service authorizations. Thank you.